All right. We are doing a recap for Camino's day 22 and 23. We got a little bit behind here, so we're catching up. Excuse me. Had a little cough the last couple of days. So on day 22, we went from where did we go from? 23, we spent the
night in something.
O Pedrouzo, yeah.
Started from
Palas de Rey.
I don't think so.
No?
That was the night before.
Was it the night? I think you're
I
right.
think we started from Pulaski Ray and stayed at what kind of hostel did we stay in? Is it nice?
I don't know. This is what's crazy. Our days have like completely blurred together. I know last night we were in Pedrouzo and
Arzua.
right, Ribadiso. That's right. Okay.
Ribas.
Palas de Rey.
Whatever.
Thank you for bearing with us. Camino day 22, we went from Palas de Rey to Ribadiso. And it was a good day. Like for me at least, like my shin splints were like a little bit sore, but not bad. And like, I was able to like go all day long. Towards the end of the day, we were coming down a bunch of hills and they started to get sore, but it really was like at the very end of the day. So it was, it was nice. It wasn't bad at all. So like just when they were starting to get a little bit sore and tired, that's when we ended up stopping, which was nice. And it did rain on us. That was a crazy day of rain. So we started off that morning from Palas de Rey, and like it's rained on us for 10 days at this point when we're starting. But that morning it rained like it hadn't rained we've never been rained on it for like at the first 45 minutes or so. It came down so hard. So, you know, we're hiking in the dark. It's morning time. And it's just like we're soaked. Like every part of us was soaked. We both had ponchos on and rain jackets, and it just was coming down so hard that it just found every little nook and cranny to get into our, clothes. Plus, if anybody's thinking about doing this, like, and you're going to be going during a season of rain, and there's a lot of rainy parts of the year in Galicia, the last territory community that you go through. It's kind of like a Spanish state. It rains a lot here in Galicia. So I think you're going to want to definitely they have these ponchos.
Bring your own poncho. That's nice.
But yeah, get a big one. We bought these ones that kind of snap on the sides. They're just not very good because when the wind blows, they just lift up, or the rain, it just gets in there. And I think also if I could do it again, I would also get gaiters, like knee-high gaiters. Because the other thing that stinks is the rain, when it comes down hard, it gets your pants wet, and as soon as your pants get wet, it starts leaking into your socks, and it gets in your shoes, your boots, whatever, and then you're hiking in wet shoes all day long, and that's no fun. Not the end of the world, but it's no fun. You do that too many days in a row, you're gonna probably have foot problems and blisters and whatever, but we've been pretty solid, fortunately. So anyways, rained on us most of the rest of the day, just a lot lighter. We did see some sun that day. We saw our friends Yuri and Kai. We saw Heather that morning. Didn't see a whole lot of other people that day. I mean, we bumped into people. The crazy thing was on that day, though, that's when things really started getting busy with other people on the Camino. So to get...
Not so bad, though, because it was raining. So
not too bad, but it was definitely our first stop for breakfast that day. We've never been... It's just been so much more packed at breakfast time, but anyways, it hadn't been so packed. And now that day it started getting really packed at breakfast time and stuff. Yeah, so we got going. We finally got to Ribadiso, which was close to Arzua. We were going to go there, but we were just tired. I was starting to hurt, so we stopped. It was actually a really good place to stop. It was yeah, kind of everybody that we've been seeing a lot of lately stopped there. It small little 4-building little town, 2 albergues, 2 hostels, and 2 restaurants, and one of the restaurants was closed, so we went to the other one, and it's just, that's what surprises me here. The food was so good there. We had pulpo, the Galician octopus. It was really good.
Maybe I want to eat it again because.
Yeah, we watched My Octopus Teacher, and now we feel guilty for eating octopus. So, but honestly, it was absolutely delicious. We also had lentils there, like a lentil soup, like a stew that was just thick and good, and spaghetti. The spaghetti, I know I did love the spaghetti. It was really good. Just simple, plain spaghetti, but it was good. We did with Camilla and Raphael. Yeah, Camina and Raphael. It was super nice people. Just really nice to be around and hang around with, and fun to talk with. And they've traveled so many places. They've given us a lot of good. They know Portugal really good, so they've given us some things to try and some places to go see since when we get there. So it was nice to hang out with them. They're just really, really nice people. We really like them a lot. Really easy to hang around with and talk. So, and anyways.
The next day was dry.
The next day was dry, yeah. It was funny too, though, that night, the some of the people we've been walking with, they're younger people, and they're just starting to get a little bit crazy and stuff. So we're sleeping in the albergue like at 1 in the night. They're coming in
I think that those girls were new, though. Those weren't.
Yeah, they might have been. I couldn't see them really good, but it wasn't just them. There was some other.
Before, so.
There was some other people with them too. I just couldn't see everybody, but we were just like thinking, in a 4-building little town, where the heck were they hanging out till 1 in the morning? But
down by the river.
Down by the river. They might have been, really. Everybody was putting their feet in the river and really enjoying that. So that could have been it for all we know. So anyways, that was day 22. Day 23, we went from Ribadiso to O Pedrouzo. And that was the first day in over 10 days that it did not rain on it. It was, the sun came out, but it wasn't too hot. It was just perfect walking weather. We got to have a dry day. It was super nice. It was really good. What else do you remember from that day, man? I'm talking too much.
Not that much. Just when we got there, then all the drunk people.
Yeah, I remember we stopped. We're walking for like the first. We made good time. My shin splints again weren't bothering me at all. Almost that whole day, actually. It was an easy day.
It was pretty flat.
So we were walking, and we got our first 5 miles done, and we see these 3 buses. Remember the buses? Mm-hmm. We saw these 3 buses coming down the road, and we're thinking, oh no, it's Sunday, and we're thinking they're gonna drop off a bunch of people to walk the Camino on Sunday. And so we stopped to get breakfast and just totally forgot about them. Stopped and got breakfast, and as we're finishing up our breakfast, like literally like 300 people walk by. They're like carrying banners and stuff like that, and we're like, oh no, we're toast.
It was stupid.
So it took us like an hour to weave our way through all these people.
People should not be allowed to walk the Camino, but it's just was annoying because there's so many people, and like some of them would like block the whole trail. So, and we're going faster obviously than a line of 300 people, and it's like we're almost there.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating at times. And a lot of them were actually really nice and very aware of other pilgrims trying to get through, and were very good about letting us around too. And there was just, of course, some of them that were just in their own world, doing their own thing, having their own conversations.
Having really loud speakers.
And yeah, that too. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's not one of our favorite things. We see that in the States too. We're out hiking, enjoying nature and the quiet and peace and quiet and whatnot. And you've got these people that love bringing out their little portable boom boxes and playing their music that everybody else has to listen to. And it's just like, throw in some earbuds, bro. But anyways, we got around those people, had a really nice breakfast, got around those people, sat down, had some lunch, had lunch with Kai and Yuri, And Yuri was telling us all about their farm that they have in Connecticut. He's recently retired and they moved from Florida up to Connecticut. And they bought this little farmhouse, like 130 acres. And what all are they doing? They're like raising longhorn cattle. What else are they doing? And horses, pigs. Just cool little setup. They showed us a bunch of pictures.
He was telling me that his wife called him because they went on the Camino, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And so she's doing the farm by herself with their daughter. He has another daughter. So it's just been them two holding down the fort. And she said, she called me the other day and she's like, when you get home, we're downsizing. We're getting rid of some of these animals. We're selling some of them. She was over it. So he was like, yeah, we gotta get back. Because.
Which is funny because Kristen called me yesterday and said pretty much the same thing. We're downsizing. We got to get rid of some of these animals. So I don't know which one of our boys she wants to get rid of, but anyways.
Probably Red.
Red. Nobody likes Red. He's so difficult. So anyways, but so yeah, it was fun hanging out with them. Had another little bowl of lentils. I was thinking of ordering spaghetti again. So glad I didn't because it would have been too much. We just had some lentils and some French fries and of course our customary Coke Zeros, and we that was my best day walking in the whole week. It was just nice. Like I knew my shin splints were there, but like they just weren't like flaring up. It was just a nice day. Like no rain, no shin splints. It was a Sunday. It was mellow and quiet. We did find a couple good places to eat because really on Sunday, everything's closed in Spain. Like there's not a lot going on at all. I mean, it is just nice and quiet. Everybody has the day off. It's cool. It's really cool. And, but when you're a pilgrim, you just got to plan ahead because markets aren't open. You'll have some bars open, you'll have some restaurants open, but a lot of stuff's just not going to be open. So, anyways, nice day. That was day 23. We got into O Pedrouzo and had an interesting.
We ate dinner with Carol,
Rebecca, and James, who we'd met before. James from Northern Ireland. We met him the same day we met Kai.
And while we were there were some pilgrims who we've been walking, like we've passed and stuff, that are younger. They're like older. They're like my age to like older 20s, and then also a few like older, specifically that one lady who hugs really long time.
Yeah.
Old. She seems at least 40 to me.
And they
walked in,
and we were having a late dinner, by the way. So this is like almost 9:30 when we're eating with Leonie and Farrell, and this is who James has been walking with the whole time, and Rebecca.
And they said they just got into town. And it's like 9:30, which is weird because usually they're pretty fast.
Like they are
usually get there like probably
super late
than us, and we're getting there at like 2:30.
Yeah,
like 4:30 is like the latest we ever stopped hiking.
Yeah.
But the girl was like my age, and she was like so drunk, like, and they were
talking about
really
how
they stopped for like 5 hours at this bar and like ordered a ton of beer and drank like 3 bottles of wine. So then you start getting all these like super drunk pilgrims coming into town.
And
so
they got lost.
When we got,
because she was telling them that they had gotten lost.
Really?
Yeah.
And she also told that story about the bike. Did you hear that?
I didn't catch all the details.
So one of the friends had found a bike that was broken, and he was able to like beat it back into working with a rock. And then he had just been riding this bike the whole time. Well, there was this guy in the middle of the forest selling like stamps and like hand painted postcards, and he had a donkey in the middle of the forest. So he pulls up, and the guy says, "That's my bike." And the guy's like, "I just found this on the side of the road and I fixed it and got it to work." And he's like, "Oh my gosh." He's like, and so then he treated him a ton of like postcards and stuff and like euros to, not a ton, but just some like little things. And he's like, "I'll give you this if you give me my backpack." And it's like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care. Like, I just like fixed it and was writing it for fun." So thought that was funny. But then, so then when we go back to the albergue and we were filming our recap video, which you can see in the highlight video, we got distracted because this guy just started screaming in the street, like yelling like at the hospitalero. And the hospital, I saw him like take a walking stick, and this was confirmed. Yeah,
like a wooden walking stick.
Yeah, and he was like about to hit this
He was
guy.
using it as a club, and our friend James was able to like...
Well, we didn't know it was James, and then I was
we
like,
didn't at all.
James.
Yeah, like he kind of settled down both
I think James had been walked
the
them home,
albergue
we kind of,
owner
like, saw
and
them.
the guy, Yvonne, I think it was,
Yeah.
who James knows what better. We just kind
He
of
was
know.
just so drunk and like
He was,
I think confused.
he was confused, getting a little bit abusive, and the owner just like
Was not
snapped.
having it.
He really like he got aggressive, and it was getting nasty out there. And if you see that highlight video of ours, it gets
And
cut
even
short.
the owner got mad at Dad because we said confused, we went out to
Yeah,
make
Minnie
sure he
says,
was
I think
okay.
that's James. I'm all, James? I'm all, no way. I'm because the guy I had seen was, he was more Latin looking. And so I went out and I see it is James. James is with another guy. So I went out and the owner's all, don't go out there. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's my friend. I'm just going to go make sure he's okay. Because I was worried that he had a place to stay and everything like that. So the guy's like, don't come in, don't go out there. Those guys are drunk and they're crazy. And I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna talk to him really quick. So I went and just said, James, are you okay? And James was like, yeah, fine. I'm like, you got a place? And he's like, he's like, it's fine. We're okay. So it went back in and the owner was like, oh, it's not my fault. These guys are drunk and being idiots and whatever. And I'm like, oh, no, it's fine. Just want to make sure my friend's okay. And anyways, yeah, crazy end to the day. So.
And he was saying like one of the other guys that we know, Sergio, was like just throwing up his
Barf
guts in the
up
street.
everywhere.
Like it was just like the rodeo showing up, and he was just trying to wrangle everybody.
Yeah, second to last day, and they really were letting loose. So
I wonder how they felt coming in today. If they were really hungover.
I know we never
Maybe
ever
if he
saw them
barfed it
at
ever.
all.
No, well, we saw part of their group, that one girl, in the pilgrim mass.
Oh, true. That's right. And that one guy, that Asianish looking guy.
Is it the hugger? I don't know. There's two. This sounds racist.
I didn't see the hugger.
But they look exactly like, and they have like the same mustache and same length of hair, and they wear like the same kind of outfit. Like they wear these loose fit pants and like baggy shirt, and I cannot tell. I'm like, they have to be
One of them's
brothers.
American though,
Oh,
and one of them's Hispanic.
But one of them we saw,
or Latin. He speaks
when
Spanish.
we were eating pulpo that night.
Yeah.
Him and that lady
were
were
hugging
hugging
forever.
in the middle, like for like at least 5 minutes. Like they were just hugging and like
Very passionate
crying,
hugs. Yeah.
kind of kissing, not on the lips, but like cheeks. Weird. I don't know. It wasn't weird. I just think that maybe there
It was no big deal. It just was just funny. Like
it was just awkward. It was like in the middle of the restaurant.
yeah, like
Like,
literally
lots
they
of
were
people
standing
were
in the
looking
middle
at
of the
them.
restaurant
Like,
in
people-
between
for, like,
tables and
5
stuff.
minutes,
Yeah.
just hugging. And
Okay, it was a little bit weird,
it
but
was weird.
yeah.
Okay, let's be done. We said so.
And that's it. That's Camino Day 22 and 23. That's our recap. And we'll have some highlights tonight as well on Instagram. All right. Ciao.